I don't think I've liked raw beef this much or at all before.
I know in French cuisine they have beef tartare.
Yes, the beef, and
Is it different or same?
They have a mustard dressing that goes with it and different styles of it, but not the sesame taste that this one has, and that's very much why it's just. I think I'll try more tartare when I go back, but 100% has to be that right now.
Hello, my name is Danny Kim. Welcome to Untold by Docu Plus. In today's episode, we have a very special guest all the way from Arizona, Diego Lara. Welcome.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure being here and good to see you again, Danny.
Yeah. So, to the audience who don't know about you, can you introduce yourself first?
My name is Diego Lara. I am originally from Mexico, but I grew up in the United States in Houston, Texas. Right now I've completed my bachelor's degree, but continuing with my master's degree in Phoenix with the Thunderbird School of Global Management. I studied international trade with the Thunderbird program, but now doing the master's program. Currently, I've had experience working with the Mexican government in the OECD, as well as working with energy companies in Singapore and in Chile. I'm looking forward to continuing working with different countries, bridging regions and countries together, and just seeing what I can do, because the world's growing so much and I love to be part of it.
Oh, that sounds amazing. So you're more focusing on renewable energies and
It's a very common theme of the work that I've done, and I feel like it combines my passion for wanting a sustainable and green future along with doing something that's really new and really innovative. So I've been able to find that connection with a lot of companies and people in the same industry. So I like it a lot, but I've also gained a lot of newfound interest, whether it's entertainment as well and other industries. I think the commonality that pushes me to work in different countries and different areas is having that connection. We're seeing how our cultures can be so different, yet we look towards the same things and want to do cool things. So technology, entertainment, and energy.
Okay, so that's very fascinating. So coming from energy and sustainable, renewable energy sector, how did you even decide to come to CIEE Seoul program? So that's how we first met last year.
Yeah.
So can you talk more about what even CIEE is?
So CIE is the Center for International...
Yeah, the acronym.
The acronym. So CIE stands for an educational program, mostly based within the United States, but they are able to connect many regions and schools around the world. So they have individual programs with schools that you're able to do a semester with, but the program that interested me was the open campus, since I wanted to get the advantage of being able to do smaller programs around the world and get to know a lot more.
Okay. I'm kind of curious. So to come all the way to Asia, what are some requirements? Do you have to speak the language? Do you have to speak Japanese, Korean? I mean, of course, Singaporeans have to speak Chinese because they all speak English. But how was that?
Definitely made the effort myself and my peers to learn a little bit from each of the countries that we were going to. For myself, I studied Chinese for 3 years, which helped me a little bit. I work well with it. I think I need to study a lot more before working proficiency. After working in Singapore, realizing I need a little help.
What about Korean? Did you start learning Korean before or after?
One of the courses that I took here in CIE was the language course. So I was able to learn how to read, so I can read comfortably now. And just say very basic things. I can order, maybe because I go out to eat too much, but I can definitely order and have that smaller conversation. So it's created a spark to continue learning more, and that is my goal for the coming year, to be able to be a lot more comfortable with it and use the language. So not necessarily a requirement for the program, but definitely allows you to get a lot closer with the city that you're in.
So last year when you came through the CIE program, was that your first time in Asia or Korea?
Yeah, first time in Asia. And I was lucky to be able to have at least one friend that did her exchange. Her name is Hejin, and she was able to just show me around very, very briefly. And I know, at least for myself, it's European was a little bit similar, but as from a Latin background and knowing that my family does some things certain way and or my familiar world was a certain way, the culture shock was really, really strong. It's just everything was unfamiliar, and I knew that I was uncomfortable. I didn't feel unsafe in any way, but it was just overwhelming amount of things to do and things to learn. So I knew first week I was like, oh, yeah, it's a lot, but definitely from traveling myself and just finding comfort in the people around me, I just held it in together and used that as a tool to just do as much as I could. So it was really good first time in Asia, but now this is second time back, and I know there's so many more in the future.
So you were here last year, and now you're back here as an intern.
Mhm.
So I'm kind of curious, like, did you notice any subtle changes in just 1 year? Because I know Korea tends to change very fast over time.
It definitely changed fast. I knew I was here right before the whole martial law happened, and I know that created a lot of instability within the country, and I know that everything will find its place and everything will be okay, and I trust that it will, even though there's mixed opinions on what's happening. I feel the first time, mixed in with the culture shock and wanting to learn, I did see everything in that positive light of like, this is cool, this is amazing, I love, whether it's I love this food, I love this area, I love this place. It was a good open mind, but I really just ended up liking everything. So that helped my affinity and love for the city, and the city that I'm not comfortable in. However, this second trip, I saw a new light. So I'm no longer a student. I no longer have CIE in my back, or like holding, or having my back, to say. And I came with different people that had the more professional and the more focus on like doing our project.
So compared to what you're used to back home in America, what struck you the most? Like,
I feel like in this company, it was a really, really good company. They were working with a lot of goals, but there was quite a bit to manage and less people. So I worked with less people. The hierarchy really mattered. I was able to speak my mind a little bit more, maybe foreigner card, but I know that people that I worked with had to like seek approval from people on top, and it was very much
how big was the company?
60 people, and the team leads had to meet certain goals or had to stay after. For example, my contract said 9 to 5 as the working hours, and if I was not there for really early meetings, it was considered disappointing or late, and it would be like, oh, you should be here. Like, it's not required, but you should. So it was a lot of, maybe a little pressure to like be there. In addition, I did the outline work that they were looking for, but there was also this expectation that if I wasn't exceeding, I wasn't meeting expectations, where it's more divided work and more smaller goal setting in other countries. But overall was good. I know that they were still treating us very well and like a good client, but I've never had so much. I felt like I was out of breath, and I was working from like at least the 7:50 start, waking up 6:30, and then I would get to the office. I would leave around 5. And some people were still staying there until maybe even like 7, 8. Sleep. I mean, my group would try and go out and do something and just like explore the city a bit, and then come back, sleep late, and then wake up again. Very, very little time for break. And even like people in the company would also eat their lunch in like 15 minutes, so they would have a chance to like rest a little bit or do anything before they work. But it was many meetings, many focus works, and I always had to just look up and make our team look really good. But I wouldn't say it's negative. It was just more intense and more focused on this. I just felt very relaxed maybe in the intern positions before, and like I exceeded as much as I could, and I did as much as I could, but it just felt like very different this time. So I was no longer student relaxing. I was going out with friends, but it was actual professional. Maybe this is also just me learning about life and how work has to be.
So hearing more about your actual work here as an intern is super fascinating because, like I said before, we met in a classroom setting.
Yeah.
And then you're explaining about your major, like your interest in like sustainable energy, ecology, and things like that. Does your summer internship, it just ended this past week, right? So how does it tie into your studies?
It's a good example of how companies around the world are truly more connected and working with one another. The glove box industry has many, many different competitors, but this company is one of the strong ones, and they work with against German ones, American ones, but it shows how the world is your competition rather than the country itself that you work in. This company has customers in Europe, in Asia primarily, and they're looking to expand more into the Americas. So as companies grow, even though this is an SME, as they continue seeing that even like products have value elsewhere or products can compete elsewhere, that's when the international trade comes in. So that was, of course, what I studied first. And I realized closer now that everything is truly global, and it's more that we embrace it, the more we understand it, the better that we can have the advantage to be around the world. So that applies to almost any single industry, similar to work that I've done in Singapore. Similar, I feel that everyone is just looking for ways to grow, and it's always, once you've done well and you've hold your foot into your own country, it's always outside.
Yes, it's funny that you mentioned that because Korea is one of those countries that we heavily rely on export. It's a very export-driven economy because our domestic market is small. So we only have like 50 million people. So to do business just to focus on the domestic market is not sustainable. So every no matter how big or small the company size are, they're always about looking opportunities outside of Korea.
Right.
But then what's also true is that, like you just mentioned, that once you find success in Korea, chances are you find success outside of Korea as well. Because think about it, like all these and you're talking to a cultural person, right? So I'm not like a business in that industry, but I think it's universal because whatever is popular in Korea does have global like attraction.
Definitely, yeah.
You know, like Kpop was like that, Korean films, Korean foods, Korean fashion, everything. You know. Now that you have experienced that, do you feel like you grew as a student or like someone who's aspiring to be in that particular industry? Like, what added value are you taking upon?
I feel like the Singapore company was a really good way to just like start to learn about what it's like to work with Asia, like in Asia, and this company here in Seoul really solidified that. I know that Asia has a really bright future, and how they're able to do things, and including some other countries growing. There's a lot of countries are following suit of Korea, of their successes. And I know that I have to work very closely with Asia in the future. So it's adding experience of what it's like to work here and what matters and is growing over here. So getting experiences around the world allows me to jump and understand what's stronger, what's weaker, what opportunities are there. Because I like to see like newer opportunities and jump and see that I can help this be an actual thing, an actual idea. So I tend to go for those more like research and growth, business development opportunities, because that just fascinates me. So I am really lucky that I've been able to do that for this company, and hope to replicate it and do even better. And I feel like my skill sets, network, and knowledge has grown a lot more since. And I'm a lot more comfortable in what I do and the things that I know.
So now that you have both experience as a student and an intern worker, after you finish your graduate school, can you see yourself relocating back to Asia and be like working here full time?
More than likely, yeah. I also have like Europe in the mix. I feel like it's
So
honestly,
if you can choose one destination after you finish your program or your grad school, where would that be?
I know I will be the happiest in Asia,
Okay.
but I've just heard it might be it's just a little bit more difficult, whether visa wise or like moving in wise. I'm lucky enough to have the experience to feel more comfortable here. So if everything aligns, it will be Asia. It's looking like possibly Europe too. As number two, I like the kind of culture that they have for working as well. Also find comfort in it, and using my languages, I can travel a little bit better over there. But safest option, if any, is working in the US. Maybe more of a long-term thing might be getting the experience slowly in the US while I'm still young and still learning quite a bit. And then in the long term, able to be in Asia long term and to do like bigger projects over here. So I would like to build that. But I've also learned like in the company that trust and having those meaningful relationships matter a lot more here. And I hope to just like plant the seeds, start like learning and seeing what I can do now, so I can have that bigger experience later on.
So maybe you can find a job in the US that has like Asian roots. So like Korean.
That is the dream. That is the dream.
And I mean, there's a lot of those and like bigger cities like New York, LA, Seattle, or even Texas.
Yeah, Texas has definitely grown quite a bit with a lot of companies moving to Austin, and I know we've seen a lot more people just grow, even in my home city in Houston. It just I know like Uniqlo recently opened in Houston and a lot of other stores. So just seeing how present
there's H Mart everywhere now, right?
It's pretty close. I go too often. But just seeing how prevalent everything is makes me find comfort that I could possibly find an opportunity like that. And even an opportunity that allows me to jump between doing like working with clients in Asia while working in the US, or working for a European country or company that allows me to be in Asia.
Can you be a digital nomad? Is that something that you want to do?
That's like maybe a little bit. Maybe you need a little bit more experience for that, but that would be a dream. Whether it's for traveling for work or traveling for what I'm passionate about, I'm excited to do it because I know that I've had very little time in Asia and I just feel like I scratched the surface. So whether it's doing what I did here in Seoul and learning more about the culture in different places, or just exploring new places, that's what I would like to do. Or getting to know more people, because getting to know you and what you value and what you see here in Seoul, along with other people and peers, I think it allows me to learn more about the culture and learn about myself, and seeing how I can either connect or with more people, and also just be more knowledgeable about what's happening and what matters to people.
Awesome. So I guess I'll see you again back here sometime.
Of course. The question is when, but I don't know if it's a year. I don't know if it's 6 months.
Well, it's been almost a year since last time we saw each other. So that's kind of cool. And then I feel like because you were one of my first students at CIEE, so that's why I kind of have this like bigger impact. Since then, I taught twice more. Like I'm teaching the same class right now for the summer. That's ending next week. And I feel like every time I teach the same class, it's a little bit different. It's also evolving. So I wish you had the opportunity to visit this class, but it's fun. Going into K-pop, I noticed that you are a huge K-pop fan. How did you first get into K-pop? Like, what was your first, if you can recall your memory?
I was very early on. I would like to say 2016, 2017. I had a very close friend. Her name was Evie, and she would always, she loved BTS. And there was always just songs in the background. She'd play it. And out of curiosity, we'd we'd still like make playlists together or play certain songs. Oh, you should listen to this and this, and we'd spend the time like listening for one another. And now I find myself going to 4 concerts.
4 concerts. Wow.
Within 2 weeks.
Here in Seoul. Have you been to the concerts in the US?
Oh yes. I think my first one was TXT, and they were doing their, I think it was the Freeze album, and I saw them in Houston, and that was my first one ever. And then I saw twice as well in the US. But mostly, I realized that coming here allows me to be more connected with K-pop.
So how's the concert? Because I've never been to K-pop concert in the US, but I've been to plenty of ones in Seoul. So how does the experience how is it different?
It's very, very different. It's still similar. I think I like a lot of other, like, whether it's as well Latin music and other concerts like American pop. And I feel like when I go to the other music concerts, it's still loud, it's good environment, it's still there. But the similar bottom line with K-pop concerts is everyone is there, everyone's friendly. You can find people like handing out like freebies of like, oh, here's like a random photo card or some candy. Even most recent or concerts that I've been in, probably one of every 2 times I'm sitting next to someone, whether it's international or someone, they like give like, whether it's a bracelet or a little thing from their culture. So I sat next to a Taiwanese girl and she gave me like, here's some candy from Taiwan, I hope you enjoy the concert too. Wow. So it's very good culture. So that remains true whether in Korea or the US. I think what surprised me most was I was very used to being very loud and very like, wow, when it came to concerts. And especially whenever I go with my friend Faith, that we both know very well.
Where is she? Why isn't she here today?
Faith is back in the US. But we went to, concerts here and concerts before. The first time we were here, like we were the only ones screaming and everybody else was like sitting down, just so nice. Like, of course, like, yeah, yelling and the light sticks that everybody does. But we were probably the loudest. I remember she screamed Subin from TXT's name, and not only did the whole section like turn around and like look at her, but the artist himself as well.
So you guys were actually quite close.
Yeah, pretty close. So I would say that like being loud and being for that concert is very different. Different the concert vibe.
Which fans are crazier, the American rock fans versus K-pop fans?
I would say K-pop fans are definitely crazy for the artist, and then maybe like the rap and rock might be crazy with like one another enjoying the music. But they're both good vibes. It's definitely a lot more energetic within the US. Another difference also could be whenever the artists are speaking Korean, there's a translator that says what they said in Korean in English to the audience, or they speak in English a little bit more, or the local language. So I do see that difference, but yeah, K-pop definitely crazy for the artists themselves. But yeah, it's also definitely a lot cheaper to come here. There's a lot of help from the Ministry of Culture for foreigners to get tickets, as well as sites like Klook and Trazy that help foreigners get the access to these really cool events. So I've been really lucky to be able to know some of these resources, and with help of Faith as well, to get some of these tickets. And then in the US, they're expensive. Without revealing too much of how much I paid for these artists.
Everything's expensive in the US.
I think I paid, for one concert, which was a music show, I'll just even do the cheapest one, K-Festa. I paid probably like 15 times the price for one concert in like the US. But it's definitely cheaper, definitely more accessible, and with such a high frequency here in Seoul. So I would not have a lot of money if I was here in Seoul long term, but it was good, definitely good.
But yeah, nowadays I feel like most K-pop artists do travel, go abroad.
They do.
So they do hold concerts. Like there's KCON LA in New York. I don't know if you've been to any of those.
Definitely Faith has been. Definitely heard of it. They are better with more global day. I've even seen them go to Europe a lot more often too.
And also Latin America. I heard K-pop is so popular like Mexico, Colombia, like Argentina.
I would even speak for Mexico myself, knowing the people that I surround myself with. It was very early Japanese culture and like the otaku culture that grew within Mexico, but quickly followed K culture. And you even see like a Korean population in Mexico now, especially for the manufacturing for Hyundai Kia that happens in Mexico. A lot, they connected very well.
Yeah, I've been to Mexico City once, and I've seen that one street where all the Korean restaurants and establishments are, right? And they call it, it's not like a Koreatown like LA, but I was told that there are like a pockets of the neighborhood where all the Korean businesses are like concentrated. And you can easily get Korean food now in Mexico too.
Yeah. It's even more coveted and more popular. It's been even I know my cousins really like it too. So whenever they're just a tiny bit jealous that I'm over here and just my friends over there, even in the U.S. as well, knowing the opportunities. But yeah, whether it's within the U.S., especially Mexico, where my family has a family friend that is Korean that moved to Mexico. It's bridging cultures quite a bit, and you can see the affinity grow towards Korea quite a bit, and that's a global phenomenon.
Speaking of bridging cultures, do you see yourself as one of those people who are kind of like a global citizen, where you're kind of like you're not tied into one country per se? Because knowing you for the past year, like I know you travel a lot extensively. So where do you call yourself home? Where do you feel most comfortable in yourself? And like,
I see. I will say global citizen because even thinking about it, it's really. I find comfort, for example, even Seoul here, I can find quite a bit of comfort. I find comfort in Paris because I know these are cities that I can spend indefinite amount of times and I can feel home, and I can feel because I have people around me, friends and people that I look up to in all of these places. Even US, at least culturally, a little bit more from growing up with Mexican culture. Definitely Mexico a lot more. I wish I could visit as often, but having all of my family just in one country makes it feel like that is just the core and center of who I am. But yeah, I find comfort, of course, growing up within the US and now growing in myself and my person within Seoul and Paris and other cities. So global citizen, and I hope to find that comfort in other cities.
So, do you speak French?
Yeah, I do.
Oh,
Yeah.
fluently? Like,
I'm very comfortable with it, and I would say maybe some of the Parisian slang and quickness of it gets it off, but I have B2 already, so very working proficiency now. So that's where I need to get with Chinese and Korean now. So more work to do, but it's good to live up with it. And I've definitely learned a lot more being here too.
Okay. Yeah. So K-pop Demon Hunters, going back to that show. Since you speak fluent French, they have a French dub version too. So I listened to the songs on YouTube, and I actually played this in my class too. But it sounds so good. Because I guess the original language is in English, right? So when I first watched it at home, I watched it in English. But then in class, when we showed it, I intentionally showed it in Korean with English subtitles. But it felt so off. So basically, it kind of felt like it's more like dubbed. So I guess English was meant to be their original language. But then on YouTube, because K-pop Demon Hunter is so popular now, they have like this short clips of like Korean, English, Japanese, French, and Chinese maybe, and multiple languages in like different songs, and like listening to them. Oh wow! And I think French sounded one of the best.
One of the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be interesting. I'd have to take a listen to it. I definitely heard the Spanish version of it, whether it's like a clip of it.
Yeah. How did it sound to you?
The lyrics changed just a tiny bit, but like it was still like the same vibe. Like if I was purely listening it from the Spanish perspective, I'd be like, it was a soda pop clip. So like
soda pop. So we have to talk about soda pop.
yeah. So it was that clip, and it was played in all of the different ways. So I was like listening. Eres mi soda pop.
So speaking of K-pop, what if you wanna sum up your experience being here in a K-pop song, what would it be?
One of them that calls out to me is called Blue Hour. I know there's the auspicious meaning behind it, but it's this time like between there still being day out and the sun setting, and the way the song is said is that like ethereal and mysterious way, the time when you're between what's known and what's unknown. So I would say that Blue Hour ties into how I feel, that Seoul feels magical, feels like an experience where I'm in between what I know now and what I'm comfortable with and everything that I have to learn and that I will know in the future. So it still feels great every single time, and I don't know what other way to describe the feeling than how I feel when I listen to that song, because I can tie it to a lot of things that I do and a lot of that similar feeling that I can feel. But yeah.
So is there like a secret spot you're dying to recommend to people to go check it out in Seoul, that okay, if you're coming to Seoul, you have to go to this place?
Okay. So I know there's the major touristy spots, and it's always nice. Not too far from one of the touristy spots. It's right above Itaewon. There's like the mountains right in that make right where Nansan Tower is. If you go to you take a local bus and you go up, and there's some cafes that just show you all of Seoul, and it's beautiful. Quick cut.
Okay, then what Korean food reminds you home when you taste it?
From home, and not because it really tastes too much like home, but the tteokbokki, the spice to it, it's just we have a certain kind of love for spice within like Mexican food, and when I'm cooking like with family or mostly they're cooking and I'm learning how to cook a lot more, it's a spice that like just add a little bit to like anything. So from all the different forms of tteokbokki and all the ways that I just see it out and about, it reminds me of like the food street styles that I see at home, and it's just comforting to just go eat it, have a little bite, and go about my day. So good snack. Yeah,
it is indeed.
What's a food that you haven't tried yet that you want to really try before you leave Korea?
I think it's because I don't eat. I was scared to eat the whole chicken, but it's like this chicken
samgyetang?
Yeah,
the hot pot, right?
Like it looks really good, but I think I don't know if I can finish the whole thing. But that's one of the things, and I think there's quite a bit of street food and versions of food that I'm familiar with that I haven't tried, but I think that's the biggest one that I keep seeing everywhere.
Like what kind of street food?
Kind of street food that I see. I think I've tried it before. There's like fish cakes I've tried, but I just see it and I don't think I go for it. I don't know.
Sundae? Have you tried sundae? Like
no.
sausage?
Oh, actually, yes, but maybe that goes in the category of things that I don't like as much, because I put the salt on it and everything. I'm like, yeah, like it's really strong flavor. I think I have to drink with it because it's like as really good or strong flavor. No, not too bad, but I don't have to order it again.
Right.
Yeah.
What are some foods that you would like to learn how to make? 7 kinds of kimchi.
All types of kimchi from scratch. No, no, no. Well, but maybe that will take a little bit too long. But there's at least japchae. I think though that glass noodle, you can make it like with anything. It feels really like good whenever I eat it. I actually did a cooking class with CIE first time around, but I forgot everything. So actually taking the time to learn it would be.
You didn't save the recipes?
I should have. I really should.
No.
But I didn't realize, because it was very early on, I didn't realize I'd fall in love so much with the cuisine, and how the flavors change when you make it certain ways. So, so good. So I would probably learn how to make that. Yeah.
When you go back home to Arizona, there must be some Korean restaurants there too, right?
Definitely. It's more. I say
But it's not as good, right?
a little bit more exciting. No, I think it gets there. There's chain KBBQ places, but maybe more local restaurants. I could try and find. Otherwise, a lot more H Mart trips and a lot more teaching myself to cook.
Is there a H Mart near your home?
Not too close. It's more. I would say maybe like half an hour, but I think it's
too bad.
I don't drive. It's like I don't drive. My friends drive me, but I still have to convince my friend to go, and then it's in Mesa, so it's a little bit out of the way, but we just go with friends, and then we pack the car, and then we go home. So it's maybe once a month trips, but I would go more often now.
So speaking of home, what lies ahead of you when you go back home?
Lies ahead is go home, see family, which I'm very happy to see. I haven't seen in a while. Prepare myself because I will see if I can get another experience while I'm studying. Focus on this master program and take the most I can out of it, and show my best self forward because. I know jobs are coming ahead and a lot of opportunities, so I'm going to really make the most of this year because it's last time where I can formally learn, even though I'm really prepared to just keep learning in everything that I do. Because I feel like the more questions I ask and the more curious I become, especially here in Seoul, now I want to keep coming back. Now I keep wanting learning more. So it's a long journey, but I'm glad that I have grown a lot because of it. I feel like everyone should always give the opportunity to learn something new, even if it makes it uncomfortable, because I learned
step outside of your comfort zone.
Exactly. Like if you're gonna do it scared, but that teaches you about others and about yourself. So it's a good realization that even if you can hold to some familiarity, the unknown doesn't have to be scary, and you can always do it with people, and you could always be a better person from it. So I thank you for the opportunity for doing that here in Seoul, and I just hope to do it for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I'm so happy that you actually found a good community out here in Korea, which is hard because Korea, we are one of those like big mega cities where everybody's like busy with their lives, but I feel like what you found here is truly special and something they can cherish it for years to come.
For a long time, yeah. And I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, that's it for today.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time to come all the way to Docu Plus.
Yes, not too far. No, it's okay.
Safe travels.
Thank you.
And hopefully I'll hear back from you soon with your next K-pop concert.
Of course, I'm hooked into like the BTS comeback when going to the J-Hop concert. Oh my gosh, yeah, and also listening to like aespa, to G-Dragon a lot. His new album is like incredible, and just like seeing him connect, and I connect with my friend a lot because of him, and it's gonna be great, and I will keep listening, keep tuned in to everything happening in Korea.
Yeah,
so not too far off.
So everybody follow Diego's social media.
Yes.
And he'll be posting a lot of his K-pop concerts.
K-pop concerts and documenting my travels everywhere. So hope you take you along with me.
All right. Thank you for listening to us.
See you next time.
See you next time. Thank you. Nice to meet y'all.
Bye. Well, let's talk food. Food in terms of food. Like Korean food that you like, Korean food that you dislike, Korean food that you still need to try.